Hey guys, what's up? This is Doctorian, and today it's time to make an other artifact talent video. And today we're taking a look at the priest artifact talents. We have them all three, finally. We have this one, the holy one, and the shadow one. So I'm going to do all three of them. Sorry. First of all, before I start, I'm gonna say this every time at the start of the video. This is not a guide how to spec your artifact weapon. What we're going to do is I'm going to start with the golden border talent, because that's the talent you have to pick to start progressing your weapon. And I'm going to take a fun look at all the artifact talents. What I'm going to do, I'll start with the mandatory talent, and then I'll pick. Then I'm taking a look at all three elite talents, and I'm picking the one that sounds the most awesome or the most fun to me. And I'll make the quickest route to my number one elite talent. Then I'll move over to the quickest route to my elite, my second elite talent I like the most, and then I finally picked the third elite talent. So that's the way we're doing it. This is not a guide on how to spec your artifact weapon or anything. It's just a way to take a look at all the talents we get for our artifact weapons. So we're gonna start off with the discipline priest. I'm very curious, to be honest. Just for the record, I did not try to record this video before, so I have no clue what I'm going to be facing, and it's been a while. It's been since Mist of Pandaria since I played this priest, so I could be a little bit out of date with how spells and abilities work. Please forgive me. So we have our artifact equip effect first. We're gonna take a look at that. It's in bottom left here. So when you equip this weapon, this priest, that's Light's Wrath. I believe it's a staff, if I'm correct. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Equip. So when you equip this weapon, we have the effect that casting holy spells has a chance to cause your staff to send a wave of healing to all targets with your atonement for 1. I'm assuming, keep in mind all the numbers, yeah? All the numbers in these artifact weapon talents, they still need to be mathed out, okay? This is a very early look at the weapon, so all the damage or healing you're gonna see, it's all need to be balanced, so let's not get ahead of things. So, casting holy spells has a chance to cause your staff to send a wave of healing to all targets with your atonement for X amount of healing. Casting shadow spells has a chance to cause your staff to imbue you with shadow energy, causing you to deal 3% more direct damage every 10 seconds. Now, atonement is going to work fully with basically DPS, and how I interpreted it is like you're putting buffs on players. So you're basically marking the players you want to heal. So you give, let's say, a mark to a tank, a mark to a melee DPS, and a mark to a range DPS, and saying, okay, those three guys are going to be mine, and now I'm going to DPS. So you have to give them that buff, then start DPSing your target, and your DPS will be converted into healing. What I'm understood is that there are no straight up heal abilities anymore for this priest. I could be wrong, of course, but that's how I read into it. So basically, so this equip, you have a chance to cause your staff to send out a healing wave, healing all targets with your atonement for X amount of healing. And when you use shadow spells, you do more damage, and more damage equals more DPS. Doing more damage equals more healing. Of course, it does more DPS, but also more healing. I'm very curious. I hope we get some really cool visuals with that, like that healing wave. Don't let it be like the healing wave we already have as this priest. I don't remember the name of it. Make it something cool, like not a flat out wave, like Halo, not like Halo, but make it like like a wave you see at an ocean, like a big wave coming up, healing everybody, big broad out wave, something like that would be very cool. So let's hope for that. Let's go over to the first talent. Brightest lights, darkest shadows. It's the exact same thing as the equip. Now, we have the same thing equip as our first talent. This could change because, as you can see at the red repellent, they have a different equip effect than a different starter talent. So they should not be the same. Maybe they're gonna be the same at some weapons. I don't know. This could change. Okay. So in this case, it's exactly the same, but that could change over time. So we already talked about this. So let's move up to an elite talent. We have Barrier for the Devoted. Oh, nice name. Atonement heals for 100% more if the target is inside of your powered barrier. Oh, that could be very cool. I hope we get a, if you choose this elite talent, I hope they're gonna make your barrier stand out more, so that people know that you took this elite talent, so your barrier will be bigger, or maybe thicker, or maybe some extra spell effects on the power word barrier, so people know you upgraded your barrier. Because your atonement is going to heal for more when people are inside your barrier. So that could be a very good upgrade. If this priest are going to be relevant, which I really hope so. I always like this priest, to be honest. So this is a nice upgrade for your barrier. Really, really nice. Can help your raid environment out a lot, to be honest. So then we have our another talent over here. Renewal of Fate. When you activate Pontifex, I don't know that spell, it could be in game right now, maybe it's new. The duration of all active atonement buffs is increased by 10 seconds. So this will increase the buffs on those players, I am assuming. So you activate Pontifex, sounds like a cooldown, and when you do that, the atonement buffs you put on players to heal them is increased. So you can spend more time DPS and aka more healing. Okay, and then we have Power of the Dark Side. Ooh, sounds like Star Wars. When Shadow Word Pain deals damage, you have a chance to replace penance with Shadow Penance. Okay. Which deals 100% bonus damage and will bounce to additional targets. Oh, that sounds good. That's very nice. So, but yeah. Okay, let's hope that Shadow Penance will indeed be a very dark penance. Maybe make the penance animation a little bit bigger, yeah. And maybe instead of that penance circle, then it will become a penance laser, you know, like a shadow laser bounces to 3 targets, or that is a really big shadow orb, and then just bounces from target to target to target. That will be very cool. I hope to do something really cool with this. Yeah, I want to go over here first. I like this one the most. I know that Barrier of the Devoted is a upgrade for as a cooldown. Pain is in your mind sounds. Oh, hold. Yeah, Renewal Fate sounds really good as well, but this sounds very cool, and I'm going for the cool talents here first. So yeah, we're gonna move over to the right. So over here we're going to the right then, which we have chosen our starter talent, same effect as the equip effect at this moment. So we're gonna move over to the right. Speed of the Pious. Am I pronouncing it right? Pious? I don't know. While channeling penance, you move 5% faster, stacks up 3 times. Oh, that's nice. 15% faster movement speed when you're casting penance. And you already can cast penance on the move, so that's very nice. Some really nice mobility there for this priest. And then we move over to Shield of Fate. Increases the absorb from power word shield by 3%, stacks up 3 times, so that's another 10% increasement of the absorb of your power word shield. That's very powerful. Nice. And now we can make 2 choices, so let's see which one we like the most. We have Share in the Light. When you power word shield another target, 50% of that shield is also applied to yourself. Oh, that could be very nice. It gives you a nice survivability bonus. Yeah, I like it. But let's see what we have over here. Burst of Light. Increases the damage and healing of Power Word Nova by 3%. Power Word Nova, it sounds like a new spell between Power Word Shield and I believe Nova was some kind of an AoE, right? Damage and healing. So this is a straight up damage and healing increase. Okay, let's pick that because we want to increase our damage and healing first. And then we have Power of the Dark Side. When Shadow Word Pain deals damage, you have a chance to replace Penance with Shadow Penance, which deals 100% bonus damage and will bounce to additional targets. Very nice, very cool. So now I want to move over to what shall we do? I think this is a really nice cooldown. Yeah, let's go over to the left and then we'll clear the middle out. So let's just for fun sakes, we're going to the left now. Confession. Damage of penance increased by 3%. Stacks up 3 times. So we increased the damage of our penance by 10% in total. I would like to see you guys priests have this glyph of confession, that people confess something, that characters confess something when you use that glyph. I would like to see that when you use confession that you can glyph it, then when you choose this talent and you use penance on somebody to heal them instead of to use it as a DPS increase, that you will actually see a character confess something. That will be funny as hell. I know it's gonna screw up raid tactics and people are gonna like, what is this guy saying? What is that? And it's gonna annoy raid leaders, but who gives a shit, right? I mean, it is fun. Maybe then we can have a glyph. I'm using penance to heal instead of doing DPS or whatever, and then confession will go off on the character. Or when you DPS the boss, one of the tanks will do a confession every once in a while. Every 1 out of 10 penance will make the tank say a confession. Something fun like that. Just a glyph or something to screw around with this talent would be very funny. So yeah, let's move on. I know raid leaders are going to hate me right now. I know. I'm sorry, I can't refuse. Vestments of Discipline. Damage taken reduced by 3%. So that's a straight up survivability increase. That's good, guys. More survivability is always better. A dead priest can't do any healing or DPS. So our damage taken reduced by 10%. Nice. Now again, we have choice. We have the light returns. Power Word Nova has a 15% chance to be cast twice. Sounds like multi-strike. Sounds a lot like multi-strike to me. I know it's been removed from. It's going to be removed from Legion, but yeah. And we have Pain is in your mount. In your mount. Pain is in your mind. I'm sorry, I'm screwing up. Cooldown of pain suppression reduced by 10 seconds. Stacks up 3 times. Ooh. Stacks up 3 times. 30 seconds off pain suppression. Yeah, I will take that. Pain suppression is so powerful. Yeah, I would take that anytime. Now we have Barrier of the Devoted. Barrier for the Devoted, sorry. Atonement heals for 100% more if the target is inside of your Power Word barrier. Nice. And barrier is that really nice raid cooldown. A big barrier you're gonna set up and it's gonna absorb. I believe it still does absorb. It's gonna absorb damage. It's very nice. Right now in my rating we don't have a Disc Priest. I wish we had one. Seriously, I love barrier. It's especially like on Gorefiend. When he used that Feast of Souls to have a barrier up there, that helps out so much. So now we have our final elite talent to pick, and let's just choose a route again. We have 2 talents to pick. We can choose to pick Doomsayer, increase the duration of Rapture by 1 second. Of course, I have no clue what Rapture is. It sounds like something that's not in the game right now, and Rapture sounds like a DPS kind of thing. Sounds like a dot, like a bleed almost. Rapture sounds like a bleed to me, but this priest don't bleed, so it's probably gonna be dot. And then we have the Edge of Dark and Light. Increases the damage of your Smite and Mind Blast by 3%. Yes, please. Stacks up 3 times. I'm gonna pick that. So we have 10% more damage from our Smite and Mind Blast when you stack it up 3 times. Now we have Rapid Atonement. When you apply Atonement to a target, the cast time of your next Mind Blast or Smite is reduced by 5%. Or your next penance will be channeled 5% faster. So, or we get 5% haste increase on casting spells, or the channel is 5% faster. Stacks up 3 times. So there's a 15% cast speed improve on Mind Blast and Smite, and 50% channel faster channel on penance. Very strong. Nice, I like it. Rapid Atonement. Do like it a lot. And now we have Renewal of Fate. When you activate Pontifex, I have no clue what it is, the duration of all active atonement buffs is increased by 10 seconds. Okay, nice. So this is straight up. It's going to be basically a healing buff, because those buffs are going to run out slower, so you can keep on DPSing / healing more. I have to say, the Power of the Dark Side, I really hope they make a really cool visual for that, and the Barrier of the Devoted could be a nice visual. I can't think of anything for Renewal of Fate. Who knows, maybe they make a cool visual. So far in the visual department I'm seeing less spectacular things than let's say the Red Tree Paladin or the Holy Paladin, but who knows, it's all subject to change. I hope they will give it a little bit more. Good visuals, nice visuals would be so cool. I mean, they're a big part of the game. So now we have 4 talents to pick. So let's just see what we want to pick up next. Sins of the Many. You deal 1% more damage for each person who has Atonement on them. So that's basically that Atonement buff I was talking about. You put buffs on targets, and then when you do damage, the damage will be converted into healing, and those targets will be healed. So when you put that Atonement buff on person for each person, it gets 1% more you deal 1% more damage, and that equals more healing. So that's an option. We have Doomsayer, that's the Rapture. We have the chance of Power Word Nova being cast twice. Or we have Share in the Light. When you Power Word Shield and on the target, 15% of that shield is also applied to yourself. This could be very strong for raid encounters. That you will basically want to have this up all the time. But for now, let's increase our damage. And after that, let's increase the duration of Rapture. So we have those. Now I want to, yeah, I'm gonna pick up Power Word Nova as the light returns to have a chance to be cast twice. And then finally I'm going for the last survivability talent, Share in the Light. So that's one. So that's a look at all the artifact talents for the Disc Priest. Now let's have a quick look to see if the how's it called? The relics are in, but they're not in yet. Nope. No, these are just, they don't show up which talent I can upgrade and what it's going to do. So I'm gonna leave that for now. The relics are not ready for the Disc Priest. They're not in yet, so we have to wait and see for that. Let's move over to Holy. To be honest, just going back to the Disc Priest, it's kind of looking okay. I would like to have some more spectacular visuals, like I'm kind of expecting from the Red Tree Paladin and the Hunter and all that kind of stuff, and from the Holy Paladin. I hope to make something very cool. But I do like the effectiveness of the talents. I do like them a lot. I think this piece is in a solid area, talents wise, but I'm missing the visual things. Like on Red Tree Paladin, we had the Ashbringer comes crashing down and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of things I'm missing with Discipline. Let's hope they put in some stuff. So moving over to Holy, we have, oh my god, Cure, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Beacon of the Naru. And the equip effect is, when you use a Holy Word spell, you have a chance to summon an image of Cure at your side for 15 seconds. When you cast a spell, Cure will cast a similar spell. Oh, that's very nice. I believe every healer knows, but you know that Cure is one of the Naru. I believe we run into him into the game multiple times right now, but I like this a lot. To have Cure appear next to you, and when you cast a spell, Cure will cast a similar spell. It's a healing increase. You have that Naru floating next to you. Don't make it a small one, Blizzard. Let's have a big golden portal appearing, and then Cure appears next to you. And don't make him small and tiny. Make him big, okay? That big Naru is floating next to you, is floating into is being summoned next to you and is helping you out. That would be very cool. Nice, I like this. So let's go over to the starter talent. We have Invoke the Naru. When you use a Holy Word spell, you have a chance to summon an image. Oh, we just said that. So once again, the artifact equip effect and the starter talent are exactly the same. That could change. Keep that in mind. That it could be that we get that you get a different artifact equip effect or a different starter talent, or maybe they will stay the same. Who knows? I don't know. We have seen differences in between that. So now I want to pick my number 1, 2, and 3 elite talents. So let's go over them, shall we? By the way, about Holy, I think I did not play it since Mists of Pandaria, and I did not play it a lot in Mists of Pandaria. So I don't know much about Holy, to be honest. I do like that. I like the visual of that Holy. I don't even call it Holy ring you can stand in, that AoE heal. I like how that looks. So we have Save the Fallen. When an ally drops below 40% health, Cure heals. Is that Cure or whatever? Cure heals the target fully. Can only occur once every 90 seconds. That's nice. And I'm kind of curious on. This needs to be a different visual effect than the artifact equip effect, so you know what's going on. What I would like to see is somebody is below 40% health. Let's pick the tank, just for an example sake. So the tank is below 40% health, and then instead that the artifact equip effect, that Cure will appear next to the priest, and then Save of the Fallen, that Cure will appear next to the person who is below 40% health. So if the tank drops below 40% health, Cure will appear next to him, or will appear above him and heal him full. So you know Save of the Fallen has procced, and you're not confused that it's Cure it's not the artifact equip effect which is proccing. So there should be really difference in there. So, but I do like this a lot. This is really cool that Naru is coming to the rescue. I do like it a lot. Good play, Bliss. So another talent over here, another elite talent, is Renew the Fate. While Divine Hymn is active, and if I'm correct, that's a healing cooldown, your targeted healing spells also apply Renew to the targets. Okay, I know Renew is more strong in as a Holy Priest, but it's kind of yeah. Okay, everybody and targeted healing spells also apply Renew. Of course, that can be very strong, but I don't know visual-wise. I hope that when you choose this talent, that the Divine Hymn animation, that will be upgraded. So it's a I believe Divine Hymn is that when the priest throws his hands up in the air and you see some cast animation going down, something appears above his head and you have some casting animation, make it something big. So maybe a lot of holy energy, so the priest throws in his hands in the air, a lot of holy energy is being released from the ground upwards or something cool, so people know you took Renew the Fate and you're using it. That would be very, very cool. But okay, let's move over to another choice. We have Blessings of Cure. When you critically heal a target with Heal or Flash Heal, the Heart of Cure has a chance to imbue you with its power, resetting the cooldown of all Holy Word spells. Wow. And increasing your healing by 20% for 12 seconds. Oh damn. What I would like to see here is that we get a really cool animation right here. So when you critically heal a target with Heal or Flash Heal, the Heart of Cure has a chance to imbue you with its power. So I would like to see that or Cure appears again and he buffs you, or maybe that Cure will appear behind you, sending a beam into your character, and your character will start radiating with holy energy, and maybe your character will grow a little bit. You get infused with that holy power and get these buffs. That would be really cool. Or maybe we can leave the Cure animation out of it, but your character gets buffed hugely by the holy light, and you see this. You see your character become bigger, radiating with holy energy surrounding, and then you know that Blessing of Cure proc. Something really cool needs to be happening here. So we have basically two really cool talents visual-wise, and we have one that is kind of less. Of course. Keep in mind this, what I'm saying about visuals, those are things that come to my mind. I'm not saying it's going to be like that, it's up to Blizzard, but I hope they make something cool. I would like to go to Save the Fallen first and then go to Blessings of Cure. That's going to be my route. So, I'm going to the left. I could go through the middle, but I'm going for the left, just for fun's sake. Trust in the Light. Leap of Fate heals your target for 5% over 6 seconds. Leap of Fate, that's that annoying grip kind of thing, right? I had somebody in my raid who did it. I'm actually tanking nowadays, and I was tanking, and somebody pulled me away from the mobs I was tanking, and it kind of messed up the pull. So yeah, as a tank sometimes it can be very annoying, but I also know Leap of Fate can be very good. If a priest is really good at using it, it can be amazing. So now it heals as well. So Leap of Fate is no longer only a grip option, it's only something that will give the target healing, because usually you grip somebody when shit is to hit about a fan. That person is in the wrong position, you need to save him. But now he also gets 15% healing over 6 seconds. Nice, very nice. We have Say Your Prayers. Prayer of Mending has a 10% chance to not consume a charge when it bounces to a new target. So that stacks up 3 times. So there's 20% chance to not consume a charge when it bounces to a new target. So I don't know how Prayer of Mending is working with all the charge system. That's new for me. So it could be me. It could be already in the game, or it's something new for Legion. I don't know. But 20% chance to not consume a charge, that's always good. Nothing wrong with that. Then we move up to Serenity. Jesus, Doc, your English. Yeah, I know, I suck. Serenity Now. Increases the critical strike chance of your Holy Word's Serenity. It's Serenity, it's Serenity. Jesus, Dark. It's Serenity by 5%, so increases the critical strike chance of our spell, so that's a straight out buff. Okay, that's okay. 15% increased critical strike for a Holywood Serenity, that's okay. And now we unlock Save the Fallen, so there we have it. When an ally blobs, I'm seriously screwing this video up. I'm gonna leave it in there just for fun's sake, so you guys can have a big laugh at me. Damn, I look like an idiot. When an ally drops below 40% health, Cure heals the target fully. Can only occur once every 90 seconds. So, okay, I do like that a lot. That would be a really cool visual animation if Cure pops out on your tank or on a DPS who is low, and then Cure pops in to save the day. Nice, really cool. Love it. Power of the Naru. After casting Holywood Sanctuary, your Prayer of Healing heals for 30% more for 10 seconds. Oh, nice. Straight up buff, bro. Now I took this talent by continuing here, but hold on. I'm gonna undo this. I'm going to move over here. See what is stronger, because I need to unlock 3, but I also could unlock 2. So let's just go over here. Let's see what's stronger, just for fun. Holy Mending. When Prayer of Mending bounces to a target with your Renew on it, that target will instantly be healed for 250% of a renew tick. Lols. That's strong. That's really strong. So when Prayer of Mending bounces to a target with your renew on it, I don't know how this bounce is going to work, how much RNG there is involved. Can you select players to bounce to it? Can you do it by using Prayer of Mending in a certain group? Because usually you heal a group with Prayer of Mending and everybody gets healing. So I don't know how much RNG there is in there, but that would be very cool. Let's just pick it for fun's sake. And then we're going to Words of Healing. Increases the healing of your Holy Word spells by 3%. So that's a straight up healing buff. In total of 10% when you stack it up 3 times. And now we unlock another elite talent. Blessings of Cure. When you critically heal a target with Heal or Flash Heal, the Heart of Cure has a chance to imbue you with its power, resetting the cooldown of all Holy Word spells and increasing your healing by 20% for 12 seconds. This could be something really spectacular. I do like this a lot. And resetting all your cooldowns of Holy Word spells and increasing your healing, that's really powerful. So then I want to unlock my third elite talent, because I'm just assuming that the elite talents is going to be the ones you want to pick first. So we're going to move over that, and then we're going to look at the talents we have left. So I'm going over here to Hallowed Ground. Reduces the cooldown of Holy Word Sanctuary by 3 seconds. Stacks up 3 times, so 10 seconds reduce cooldown on Holy Word Sanctuary. That's fine, that's okay. I don't know what the cooldown is, but that sounds really decent. I believe Holy Word Sanctuary is an AoE heal, if I'm correct. Is that the thing that you Holy Priests throw on the ground? I really don't know, guys. So yeah, but it sounds 10% off something you use regular in your rotation. Sounds good. Then we have Guardians of the Light. Guardian Spirit also applies to yourself when cast. And of course I have no clue what Guardian Spirit is. But now it works for you as well as a player. That sounds really nice. So okay, let's just pick that. And now we unlock Renew the Fate. While Divine Hymn is active, your targeted healing spells also apply Renew to the target. Nice. Okay, so we have our 3 elite talents. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 minor talents left. 5 actually. So let's go over them. What should I pick first? We have Power of the Naru. We already talked a little bit about this. After casting Holy Word Sanctuary, your Prayer of Healing heals for 30% more for 10 seconds. That's kind of big, because Prayer of Healing is AoE if I'm right. So that's some big AoE heals right there. So that could be a really good option for AoE healing. We have Holy Guidance. Increases the healing of Prayer of Healing by 3%. So you buff up Prayer of Healing twice. So this is an AoE section. Okay. So let's see what we have on the other side. We have Holy Hands, increases the healing of Renew by 3%. I think we're gonna have Renew up like all the time and on multiple targets. So that's always good. It's always good. We have Fate Barrier, damage taken reduced by 3%. Okay, so stacks up 3 times. Or just 1, I believe it's 1. I don't know. And we have Reverence. Increases the healing, increasing the healing of Flash Heal and Heal by 3%. Oh, we have some really strong choices over here. It's kind of hard to say because it depends on. We have some single target heal upgrades and we have some AoE. I think I would upgrade my increasing the healing of flash heal and heal by 3%. I think that's kind of the thing you want to do. You use those spells a lot as a priest. So let's upgrade Reverence by 3 times. So there's 10% more healing for flash heal and heal. Then, so Fate Barrier stacks up 3 times. I think I would go to increase the AoE heals. So I'm taking Power of the Naru. After casting Holy Words. After casting Holy Word Sanctuary, your prayer of healing heals for 30% more for 10 seconds. Okay, that could help your raid out a lot. And then we have Holy Guidance. Increase the healing of prayer of healing by 3%. Stacks up 3 times. It's going to be 10% increase of prayer of healing. So now we buffed our single target heals and our AoE heal. Now I would like to move over to increase the healing of Renew by 3%. There's Holy Hand stacks up 3 times, so there's a 10% increasing of healing by Renew. And then finally I would take Fate Barrier. Damage taken reduced by 3%. Stacks up 3 times, so that's 10% reduced damage taken. Now keep in mind, once again, this is not a guide on how to spec it. This is just a fun way to look at the artifact talents. So the Holy Priest looking very nice, guys. Looking very nice, especially the talent Save the Fallen, with Cure coming to the target's aid, and the Blessing of Cure you're gonna get as a priest, and also the equip effect and the first talent, who are the same right now. Invoke the Naru, that Cure will summon an image of Cure at your side. Very nice. I do like it. It has some more spectacular talents than this priest, and that's kind of what I'm missing out on this priest. And I like the choices here for the Holy Priest to do I want to upgrade my single target heals, or do I want to improve my AoE heals? Some nice choices in here. Very nice. Let's take a look if the minor traits are in yet. No, they do not show yet. No, they're not in. Sorry guys, no, it shows us 10 item levels, but it doesn't show which minor talent we can upgrade, so we can't look at the relics yet. So that has to wait. Oh, sorry, I pulled my microphone away by accident. Don't ask. Yeah, Holy Priest looking very nice. I'm really happy with this. Let's move over to Shadow. Before we start, I never played Shadow. Okay, never did. I have no clue how Shadow works. Now I know you have to. I know you have to create orbs, shadow orbs, and to spend those. That's it. I know they're kind of. You have right now. You have a dot spec. You have a kind of dot less spec and all that kind of stuff. I don't know anything about the Shadow Priest. Please forgive me if I screw up something. Okay, I never ever played Shadow. Artifact equip effects. Equip. Mind Flay has a chance to spawn a void tentacle that will channel a Mind Flay at your target for 10 seconds. That's pretty cool. I like that. I know we all. I mean, I did watch a the Shadow artifact video from Priest Gaming. So if you guys are curious about the how to get the Shadow artifact weapon, all that kind of stuff, I don't have a beta key. I'm glad to send you guys over to Priest Gaming. Check him out. He's amazing. He's making an artifact video for every class, so he shows you the questline to how to get the artifact talent weapon, and how the class order hole is looking and all that kind of stuff. And I watched the video, and I do know this is one nasty dagger, and you actually are, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, so I'm going to shut up, but this weapon has a chance to spawn a void tentacle that will channel Mind Flay at your target for 10 seconds. I do like that. It gives the feeling that this blade is alive, you know, that is actually, that you have not just a dagger in your hand, but a dagger that's alive, and something that is alive, empowered by the old gods. I do like this a lot. Yeah, hype. Yeah, love it. Really nice. Then we have Void Torrent. As you can see right now, the artifact equip effect and the first talent, the mandatory talent, is different. Void Torrent. Raise your dagger into the sky and absorb nearby void energy. Then release a torrent of void energy at your target, dealing 4 plus 800% of spell power. Shadow damage over 4 seconds. While channeling this spell, your insanity no longer drains. Requires void form. Hell yeah. Oh my god. I'm not sure about this animation, but well, what I mean is not sure how it looks like, but raise your dagger into the sky and absorb nearby void energy. So you're putting this. This is so cool. I love this. I hope this animation is going to be you raise. Actually, you see your character take his dagger, raise it into the sky. Yeah. And then when it's charged with void energy, then you will thrust that dagger forwards with both hands, and then it releases a big torrent of void energy at your target. I hope they actually make it like, indeed, raise that dagger to the sky, see, and then I want you to see as a player that this dark void energy is being sucked into the dagger. I want to see a purple energy being sucked into the dagger, and then when it's full, you pull the dagger back in an animation and then thrust it forwards, and then a big energy beam of dark shadowy power comes out of your dagger, hitting your target with a big massive explosion. Something like that. Such an animation would be so cool. I hope they make really something cool. They have the opportunity of making a really cool visual animation like that. It's like I'm charging my dagger, I'm holding it up to the sky, okay, and you see all that dark energy going into the dagger. It's full. You pull the dagger back, and then you thrust it forwards, and then this big beam of dark energy comes out and exploding at your target. That will be cool as fuck. I hope seriously they make a really nice animation for this. Thumbs up for this one. I love this already. So yeah, GG Bliss. So that's so amazing. Shadow Priest, you guys are getting some love, man. So now we need to pick an elite talent. So let's have a look at all three. We have Sphere of Insanity. When you enter Void form, you summon a Void Sphere for 15 seconds. While this sphere is active, 25% of all direct damage dealt is additional dealt to any target with your Shadow Word Pain on them. So basically this is a cleave / AoE. So if you have multiple targets, you can have multiple Shadow Word Pains on those targets. And then when you use this Sphere of Insanity, when you enter Void form, a Void Sphere for 15 seconds, you summon a Void Sphere for 15 seconds. And while this sphere is active, 25% of all damage dealt, damage you deal is also spread to any target with Shadow Word Pain on them. Now, so this is kind of cleave / AoE ability. But I hope this you summon a Void Sphere. With a Void Sphere, I have to think of just a big purple / black shadowy orb. I hope they make something cool out of that. Also, the summon animation. Now that would be something cool, so that you actually, I don't know, maybe raise your dagger, and then a Void Sphere will appear, and then when you pull your dagger down, it will float next to you and empower you. Something like that. Make it a cool visual animation, Bliss, please do. But for it's only cleave damage, so it's not really that spectacular yet. It's all subject to change, of course. So let's go looking over here. Oh, I'm missing something with the recording, so let's increase my size a little bit. Now it turns to the left. Figures, right? Mass Hysteria. Ooh, I like that name. Each stack of Void form increases the damage of your Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch. What I know about the Shadow Priest in Legion is that you get Insanity. So and I believe when you're at 100 Insanity, you will get your Void form. You will turn into, what Blizzard is saying, a shadowy creature. They were talking about tentacles and all that kind of stuff, and you turn into a dark tentacle creature. But I watched a video from Preach, and it just seems that you get the more Insanity you build up, the more of a shadow form you get. So I believe this Void form is that shadow form they're talking about, because if you reach 100% Insanity, you go into Void form. I believe that's how it works. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But basically what this does, increases the damage of your Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch by 5%. It's kind of boring. It's kind of, it's not sticking out for me. It's not blowing me away. Each stack of Void form increases the damage of your Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch by 5%. Yeah, okay. Let's move over to the left. Power of the Old Gods. Now we're talking. You summon a Faceless Void from the from 2-8. Okay, you summon a Faceless Void to aid you in battle for 12 seconds. Who cost devastating voice spells at your target. Replace the Shadow Fiend. Yes, please. You summon a faceless void, and I think from it says, but it needs to be form. A faceless void form. That could be really cool. Remember those? If you did Dragon Soul, at some point you have to fight two basically kind of faceless old god kind of bosses. I don't know how they're called. Make it something big, okay? That Shadow Fiend, it's okay, but it's always that little small creature crawling over the ground to the target. Make this like a big, those faceless creature we see, and we already seen them in Cataclysm dungeons and in Cataclysm raids and all that kind of stuff. What I would like to see is a faceless creature, yeah, but then empowered with a shadow form, yeah, dark and shadow form like a Shadow Priest. Coming to your aid, standing next to you, helping you in battle, casting nasty void bolts, doing nasty damage. That would be really cool. So it needs to be a big creature, and it needs to be infused with dark energy and a dark power. It has to have a shadow form. It needs to look cool as fuck. This creature needs to be big, badass, and dark. Okay, that's what I would like. So I like this talent the most, as you can tell, so we're gonna move over there first. So quickest way, we're going to the right. We're going to From the Shadows. Reduce the cooldown of dispersion by 10 seconds. Stacks up 3 times, yeah? So that's 30% reduction on the cooldown of dispersion. That's pretty cool. So we can use it 30 seconds earlier, faster, whatever you want to call it. 30 seconds off the 30 seconds off the cooldown of dispersion. I know dispersion got nerfed. Still, it's an survivability cooldown, so that's nice. So let's move over to Thoughts of Insanity. Shadow Mend now heals 10% more, and you take 20% less damage from the backlash. Okay, I'm not familiar with Shadow Mend, so I don't know. Maybe it's new for in Legion, maybe it's in game right now. But if you stack it up 3 times, it heals for 20% more, and you take 40% less damage from the backlash. Sounds decent, sounds really good. So let's move on. We have Void Corruption. Mind Seer causes targets with your Shadow Word Pain or Vampiric Touch effect to immediately take a 20% off a tick of their damage. So hold on, let me read this again. Mind Seer causes a target with your Shadow Word Pain or Vampiric Touch effects to immediately take a 20% of a tick of their damage. So they get 20% of a tick extra, and it stacks up 3 times. So is that gonna 40% of a tick? So the moment you use Void Corruption, they take 40% damage off a tick. So that's extra over it. Before the tick occurs, they immediately already take 40% off a tick. And that's a straight up damage increase. Nice. Okay, now we have our Power of the Old Gods. Void Corruption, Power of the Old Gods, looking nice here. So now I want to move over to Mass Hysteria. Well, do I? Do I want to go over there? It's kind of really boring. I do like the name, but it's so boring. Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch do 5% more damage. Okay, no, let's move to Sphere Insanity first. So, choices to make. We can pick here. To the Pain. Shadow Word Pain damage increased by 3%. Sounds like a no-brainer, since Shadow Word Pain is a big thing in Shadow Priest, if I'm right. And we have Tremble in Fear. When Psychic Horror is removed from the target, they are snared by 30% for 1 second. Stacks up 3 times as well. But Psychic Horror is a fear, if I'm right. So for a damage increase, I would go To the Pain. So we're gonna pick that. So we do. So our Shadow Word Pain does 10% more damage. We're a DPS class after all. More damage, yups. So now we have Death Embrace. Increases the damage of Shadow Word Death by 3%. Okay, let's pick that. So now our Shadow Word Death deals 10% more damage. Now I have to say, for a single target, Mass Hysteria would be the way to go, to be honest, because it looks like a Sphere of Insanity is going to be a basically a cleave / AoE thing. So just for fun's sake, I'm going to the left because I like this animation. It sounds like it's going to have a better animation than Mass Hysteria. So just for the animation wise, we're going to Sphere of Insanity. When you enter Void form, you summon a Void Sphere for 15 seconds. While the sphere is active, 25% of all direct damage dealt is additional to any target with your Shadow Word Pain on them. Yeah, it clearly reads to me like deals extra damage to any target with just Shadow Word Pain on them. So it's also a single target upgrade, by the way I'm reading it. Because if you have on a boss, you have just Shadow Word Pain on that, so the boss will also take extra damage. But I think this sphere is really going to shine when you have multiple targets, you dot them up with Shadow Word Pain, and then you have some really nice cleave damage going on. For the animation, I already talked about this, because I hope you will summon this you summon a Void Sphere in a cool animation. That would be really, really nice. More animations, the better. So now we want to move over to our final elite talent. So let's pick between those two. Mind Shattering, Mind Blast damage increased by 3%. Ooh, Mind Blast is also a big thing, I believe, for Shadow Priest. And we have Touch of Darkness. Vampiric Touch damage is increased by 3%. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what is better, but to unlock this one, we're getting fast to our final elite talent. So let's take Mind Shattering. So our Mind Blast damage is increased by 10%. And then we now we have Mass Hysteria, our final elite talent. Each stack of Void Form increases the damage of your Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch by 5%. Okay. That Void Form, is that the moment, I'm still not sure, is that the moment you go insane, that you reach 100% insanity, you go insane? And is that Void Form, or is Void Form something completely different and you can have multiple stacks of it? I'm confused right now. I don't know, you guys can let me know. As I said, I don't know anything about Shadow Priest, so please forgive me. And also, I don't have a beta key, so I can't test it out. I don't remember seeing Void Form in the video from Preach. I could have missed that, of course, because I'm just a noob when it comes down to Shadow Priest. Oh well, let's just move on. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 talents. 6 actually. We have 6 talents still unused, so let's go over it. I want to go over here for a moment, because this one is sticking out. It's all by itself. So I'm kind of curious. Mental Fortitude. Overhealing from Vampiric Touch will grant you an Absorb Shield up to 15% of total health. Stacks up once. So that's kind of a survival thing. Okay. We already know that Touch of Darkness is increasing the damage of our Vampiric Touch. But what do we have over here? We have Unleash the Shadows. Vampiric Touch critical strikes has a 10% chance to proc shadow apparitions. Okay. Those shadows apparitions. I'm kind of curious what they're gonna look like. Again, we have a chance of something nice here. So we have shadowy apparitions that is going to appear when our Vampiric Touch critical strikes. So I hope we get some smaller, let's say some smaller faceless void forms that will appear as shadow apparitions. Those shadow apparitions need to be something spooky, something dark. Something old gold kind of thing. Maybe some copies, some small copies from Yogg-Saron and Yashirash and Cthulhu. Small copies from those guys. And then those appear and going to your target and dealing damage. That would be very cool. So there are some cool options right here. So we have that. And we have Thrive in the Shadows. Dispersion now heals you for 100% of your maximum health over its duration. Wow, so Dispersion got nerfed and you can buff it with this talent. Okay, so we have those options, and we have Sinister Thoughts. Each cast of Mind Blast increases the damage of your next Shadow Word spell by 5%, stacks up 5 times. So your next Shadow Word spell would do then 25% more damage. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna select this one because I do like how it sounds. So we take Sinister Thoughts. Then I want to increase my Touch of Darkness. Vampiric Touch damage increased. Nah, fuck it. I'm going for Unleash the Shadows. Because this could look very cool. So I'm going for visuals here. If it looks cool, why not, right? Nice looking things, nice animations are always cool. So let's go with Unleash the Shadows. So that Vampiric Touch critical strikes have a 30% chance to proc shadowy apparitions. I hope that makes something really nice. And then I would take Touch of Darkness. Vampiric Touch damage increased by 3%, stacks up 3 times. So that's total of 10% damage increased by Vampiric Touch. And then it's the choice between Dispersion or Mental Fortitude. And I would go for the Dispersion. 100% healing of my maximum health over its duration. Yes, please, give me that. That's an oh shit button right there. When shit hits the fan, I can save my ass. I want that. And then we have Mental Fortitude left. Overhealing from Paradox will grant you an Absorb Shield up to 50% of your total health. Okay, there we go. So this is the Shadow Priest for you guys. There are some really cool things in here, like the Power of the Old Gods sounds really cool. The animation of Void Torrent can be very nice. The equip effect that Mind Flay has the chance to spawn a Void Tentacle that will channel Mind Flay at your target for 10 seconds as well. We have a chance of some really cool nice animations going here, making the Shadow Priest look really like a badass sticking out from the crowd. I do like that. Oh my god, I forgot about this temple. Dark Torian in his English. We have, I forgot about this talent, Tremble in Fear. When a physic horror is removed from the target, they are snared by 30% for 1 second. Not something you're gonna use very a lot in raids, but could be come in handy for outdoor, for PvE or PvP requirements. So yeah, so now they are snared for 30% for 3 seconds when you stack it over 3 times. Sorry guys to forget about this, because I think this is the most useless talent for raiding. Could come in handy while doing quests, leveling, maybe some world PvPing, or maybe this. I don't know how these talents are going to work in PvP, because PvP is getting their own talents. Who knows? So yeah, Shadow Priest, in my opinion, has the opportunity to stick out as a dark badass caster. It's very different from the Warlock, and it has its own niche. I'm very happy with it. And we have the chance here for some really cool visual animations. So, for me personally, especially for the Void Torrent, the Power of the Old Gods, the Artifact Equip effect, big thumbs up. Those could be really cool animations, and I hope Shadow Priests are going to be happy. Let's have a quick look over of the relics. No, as you can see, it shows for which classes. Well, these, but it doesn't show which talent they're which talent they're upgrading. So once again, no, it's not working. I could go over to the second slot. I'm sure it's the same. Yeah, I'm sorry. We can't take a look at the relic yet for the Shadow Priest. Sorry. Anyways, it's been 51 minutes, almost 52. It's crazy. But I had a lot of fun looking at the priest. Hope the priest guys are happy. If you're Discipline, Holy or Shadow, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the artifact talents. I'm really curious. And I thank you very much for watching. I know it's a long video, but we had 3 specs to go over. Solid, the Holy and the Shadow one are the one with the most visual animations. That's how it looks, but maybe that will change for the Disc Priest. I do like the Shadow one the most, I have to say. But also the Holy appeals to me a lot. Those 2 are really sticking out. So, Priest, I think you're in a good position. Enjoy. If you watch this video, please, and you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I thank you very much for watching and listening. This is Dark Torian, this guy from Drenthe, wishing you all a very nice day. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye bye.